Hello again, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to another edition of Robinson Responds. I'm here to give you my thoughts on Week 10's Sunday action as well as Monday Night Football of the 2024 NFL regular season. So, Monday Night Football was between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. In my opinion, the game wasn't that great, but hey, if you're a Dolphins fan, guess what? Your wish came true on Monday night with the Dolphins beating the Rams 23-15. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa completed 20 out of 28 passes for 207 yards, a touchdown pass, and an interception. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford completed 32 out of 46 passes for 293 yards and an interception. All right, so takeaways from this game. First, Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Tua didn't hold on to the ball for a long period of time, even though he was sacked several times in the game. For the most part, he got the ball out of his hands quick, fast, in a hurry. He was able to connect with Tyreek Hill on a touchdown pass. There was one scary moment in the game when Tua threw an interception and he was attempting to make a tackle. The Rams defender that intercepted Tua's pass, his knee went into Tua's head, and people went crazy on social media over that. And I was scared, too, when I saw the Rams defender's knee go into Tua's head as Tua was attempting to make a tackle. Nevertheless, for the most part, Tua protected himself. Miami's defense looked good. Matthew Stafford, disappointing performance from him. I know him and the Rams offense, along with head coach Sean McVay, they're going to do better. And they're going to have to do better because the Rams are going to they're getting into the meat of their schedule as we're in the second half of the NFL season. The Rams offense, Matthew Stafford and company, no answers for Miami's defense. Tua and company, they made the most out of their opportunities, whether it be getting a touchdown or getting field goals. But again, Monday Night Football, watching the game wasn't in an exciting game, but hey, it was an effective game. And again, the Dolphins, this was a game that may have turned their season around. We'll see. But for the time being, Monday Night Football, again, the Miami Dolphins beat the Los Angeles Rams 23-15. And also in this game, too, the Dolphins' defense really shined in this game, not only stopping Matthew Stafford in the passing game, but also, too, with the Rams' offense. Kyron Williams has been an awesome running back for the Rams, but the Dolphins' defense did a good job of containing him. And, you know, when the Rams get their running game going, that opens up so many opportunities for Matthew Stafford to make plays to Cooper Kupp, to Puka Nacua, which, by the way, Cooper and Puka, they had solid numbers in this game, but it just wasn't enough because, again, the Dolphins' defense responded, and they neutralized LA's offense. Normally, when you think of the Rams and you think of that offense, they can score points at will, but that was not the case on Monday night. So, again, the final score was the Miami Dolphins 23, the Los Angeles Rams 15. Also, other action from Week 10, Sunday's action, Sunday Night Football. What a thriller it was between the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans. The Lions beat the Texans 26-23. Lions kicker Jake Bates kicked the game-winning field goal as time expired. Jared Goff played a horrible game. He threw 5 interceptions, but as they say, football is the ultimate team sport. And Carlton Davis, 2 interceptions in the game. Also, other players such as Aleem McNeil made a big difference in getting a sack. And the Lions defense were able to give the Lions offense just enough cushion, get in field goal range, and that's what Jake Bates did, giving the Lions the victory, kicking the game-winning field goal. C.J. Stroud, solid in the first half. Second half, I don't know what the heck happened, but I do know what happened. The Lions defense they got their act together because in the first half, C.J. Stroud, he had their way with them. But the second half, hey, the Lions defense, they had their way with him. And that made the big difference with Detroit beating Houston 26-23. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys 34-6. And the soap opera, it continues to drag on for the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones continues to make excuses. Micah Parsons, the post-game interview after the game against the Eagles, some people would say he threw a little shade at Mike McCarthy. I mean, when is it trouble in paradise for the Dallas Cowboys, right? And then Dak Prescott is expected to have season-ending surgery on his hamstring. He tore his hamstring in the loss against the Atlanta Falcons, and Prescott consulted with several specialists, and it's confirmed that he will have season-ending surgery to repair his hamstring. So we'll see Dak in 2025, but so now the quarterback position, it falls into the hands of Mr. Cooper Rush. And Cooper, a lot of the fans were in a rush were in no rush to boo him, none whatsoever. I mean, Cooper Rush is looked as to be the quarterback that could turn this thing around. And Cooper played a bad game against the Eagles, and then Trey Lance got in there, not much better either. But, I mean, what can you say? If the Dallas Cowboys is just a soap opera that continues to unfold, and as they say, the plot just continues to thicken for the boys. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Washington Commanders 28-27. Great performance by Russell Wilson. Russell, he still got it. I never doubted him once. Russell tried to make it work for the 2 years that he was a quarterback with the Denver Broncos. Under the Sean Payton administration, he was never Payton's guy. Russell and Broncos management parted ways. And since Wilson's become the starting quarterback after coming off the calf injury, Pittsburgh's offense just flows better. It's just like clockwork. When Russell gets going, the running game gets going. When you see Najee Harris running the ball effectively, him and Jalen Warren are the two-headed monster. And then, Pittsburgh's defense is going to be Pittsburgh's defense, right? T.J. Watt and company. What more could you ask for, right? And kudos to Jaden Daniels, because Jaden and the Washington Commanders, they fought hard with Pittsburgh. And they had a chance to maybe win this game. But Pittsburgh went for it on a 4th and 1. They were able to get Washington to come off sides, and that's how the game ended. But Pittsburgh, big win for them. They've got a AFC North showdown against the Baltimore Ravens. As for the Commanders, they've got a NFC East showdown against the Philadelphia Eagles coming up on Thursday night. So both of these teams, they've been playing hard this year, man, and it's only going to get harder from here on out. The Kansas City Chiefs remain undefeated. They beat the Denver Broncos 16-14. Leo Chenal, a defender for the Chiefs, blocked the potential game-winning field goal by the Broncos. And as I stated earlier, Kansas City's offense, since it's been the Mahomes, Kelsey, and Reed era, it's been about the offense. But for the last several years, it's about the defense. And we saw defense in full display in this game against the Broncos. Again, Leo Chenal making a season-saving play, blocking Denver's field goal. Chiefs get the win 16-14. The defending champions remain undefeated. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20. Jake Moody kicked the game-winning field goal for the Niners. Deebo Samuel got into it on the sideline with his long snapper. Moody was having a tough day before making the field goal. He missed 3 field goals in this game, but hey, as they say, Winning is a cure-all for everything, and certainly Jake Moody kicking the game-winning field goal for the 49ers, giving them a 23-20 win over the Buccaneers. We had the NFL International Series go to overtime between the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers would win on a game-winning field goal from Eddie Pinheiro. Bryce Young was solid in this game. He held his own, and for the Giants, man, I don't know. They've got a lot of decisions to make in the offseason, particularly with quarterback Daniel Jones. The Arizona Cardinals beat the New York Jets 31-6. The Jets are continuing to be grounded. Aaron Rodgers, don't know. Devontae Adams, I don't know. The jury's still out on the Jets. Time is running out for them. As for the Cardinals, they still have a shot. They still have a chance. They have a shot. They're currently in the hunt for a playoff spot, but they play in that tough NFC West with San Francisco, LA Rams, and Seattle. So we'll see what happens with Arizona here on out with Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr., James Conner, Trey McBride and company. The Los Angeles Chargers beat the Tennessee Titans 27-17. The Chargers are making some quiet noise. Their defense is one of the best in the league. Justin Herbert, hey, what can you say about Justin Herbert? The class of 2020 with Herbert, Burrow, Tua, and company. Justin Herbert, man, looking good in his first year with head coach Jim Harbaugh, and the Chargers have taken on a new identity. And the Chargers is going to be an interesting Sunday night matchup with Joe Burrow going head-to-head against Justin Herbert. The Minnesota Vikings beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 12-7. The Buffalo Bills beat the Indianapolis Colts 30-20. The New England Patriots beat the Chicago Bears 19-3. So, for the Bears, they have fired their offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, and Matt Eberflus is still the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Wow. All you Bears fans out there, man, Caleb Williams, remember what he said. Remember what he said on when he was being drafted. He said that the college game was much faster than the NFL. I bet he has a change of tune now. I bet his tone has changed significantly with all of the growing pains and the struggles that he's had to endure as the quarterback in his rookie year of the Chicago Bears. So Chicago, as this show is airing, is in the hunt for a playoff spot, but it's tough, man. That offense has gone nowhere. The offense has been moving in spurts. They have a talented quarterback that can do it. He's a Heisman Trophy winner out of USC. They have the talent, but when you think about the Chicago Bears, at the end of the day, it's all about that old school football. It's all about running game, defense, unfortunately still stuck in 1985, and they're going to have to change. And maybe this could be the change. And again, Shane Waldron was fired by the Chicago Bears after only one season as the offensive coordinator, but Thomas Brown will be his replacement. So from here on out, we'll see what Thomas is going to do with Caleb and the Bears offense. So much talent on that offense with Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. I mean, don't waste his talent, and certainly don't waste Caleb Williams' time and his talent as well. But we'll see what happens with the Chicago Bears from here on out. And then, of course, we had an NFC South rivalry game between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The Saints would win 20-17. So after all the Saints have been through for quite a while now, especially this season, all of the consecutive losses, the losing streak, resulted in Gail Benson making the tough decision and firing head coach Dennis Allen. Out goes Dennis, in comes the interim head coach, special teams coordinator Darren Rizzi. And that was a big win for the Saints. Could that win lift their morale? Possibly. Could Coach Rizzi be the permanent head coach for the Saints next year? That remains to be seen, but that was a big win for the Saints after all they've been through for really the last several years, and especially coming into this season, as I stated earlier, with the losing streak. Very refreshing to have the Saints get a victory, and especially for the morale of not only the team, but for the organization, the city, and especially for Darren Rizzi, helping the New Orleans Saints beat their longtime rival, Atlanta Falcons. Final score, 20-17. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.